Hello, it's Mr. Kingsbury again. I'm going to do questions 4 and 5 on the example question set for Unit 7. The instructions say simplify each expression by adding or subtracting. Of course, what we need to do those would be a common denominator. So I'm looking at number 4 here, and it looks like I have a common denominator right there, 4x plus 5. So what I can do then is write all of this over one denominator. So I've got 7x minus 9 minus 4x plus 3. And mostly I'm putting each piece in parentheses so I can see what came from the first fraction and what came from the second fraction. It will all be over 4x plus 5, of course. Then I can remove the parentheses. And when I do that, I have to make sure to take care of this, how this subtraction affects the stuff that comes after it. So 7x minus 9, that's not going to change. But I'm subtracting 4x and I'm subtracting 3. So I need to make sure that's reflected in what I write. Still over 4x plus 5. Then I can put some like terms together. So I got 7x minus 4x. That's 3x. And then we've got negative 9 minus 3. That's negative 12. And then that's over 4x plus 5. You are supposed to factor the top and see if anything cancels. We could factor a 3 out. We'd be left with x minus 4. It's not going to cancel anything, though, so I'm fine with this right there. Let's take a look at number 5. Once again, we need a common denominator. This time, we don't have one. That's kind of a problem. So the rule is if you don't have a common denominator and you have more than one term in the denominator, factor it first and see what happens. So I noticed that I can factor a 3 out here. And that leaves me with x plus 4 inside the parentheses. And I can factor a 3 out here as well. And that leaves me with x minus 2 in the parentheses. Now where we go from here kind of depends on what you see. I certainly see that in the parentheses, those are different. But I got a 3 on the outside here, which is okay. I don't know that we want to give you any problems where we would have to multiply both sides by or multiply each fraction by a binomial. That's kind of a pain. What I did notice, though, is at the top here, these are also factorable. In fact, I can factor a 6 out of this and get x plus 4. And I can factor a 9 out of this and get x minus 2. And what's awesome about that is if you notice, that means then the x plus 4s cancel and the x minus 2s cancel. So I'm left with 6 over 3 plus 9 over 3. Well, 6 over 3 is 2, and 9 over 3 is just 3. So this is just 2 plus 3, which is 5. You will have one just like that on your test. And yes, we did use the same exact sneaky little device there. So